Gospel of November the 24th, 2014. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. When Jesus looked up, he saw some wealthy people putting their offerings into the treasury, and he noticed a poor widow putting in 2 small coins. He said, "I tell you truly, this poor widow put in more than all the rest, for those others have all made offerings from their surplus wealth, but she, from her poverty, has offered her whole livelihood." Gospel of the Lord, praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. We have this beautiful contrast in this last week before the coming of the Advent time, the first Sunday of Advent. We have this contrast, which the Lord, watching carefully on this treasury, as we have the translation, which in Greek was a very funny name, the gasophylaxo, which was a contraption made by the chiefs of the temple and the Pharisees in order for them to encourage donations. It was a very special contraption, probably made of some wood and some metal, and its purpose was to make it sound, to make the sound greater and greater depending on the quantity and the size of the coins that you were putting in the offering. And that would entice the wealthy people to deliver offerings that were large, so that everyone would look around, see the noise, see the spectacle, and praise the guy, and he would feel very nice because he has everybody noticed that he gave a large offering, and hopefully he was hoping that God would notice too. So full. But the Lord noticed a widow that just dropped 2 small coins. Perhaps those did not even make any noise, just very tiny noise. Yet the Lord, that sees the reality, the heart and the life of everyone, says, "I tell you truly, this poor widow put in more than all the rest, because those others offered from their surplus, but she, from her poverty, has offered her whole livelihood." I am reminded of that other widow from Sarepta, the one that saw Elijah, and the one that Elijah asked for some bread. She said to him in reply, "I swear by your God," she was a pagan, "I swear by your God that all I have left is just a handful of wheat and a little bit of oil. I came out here to gather some wood. I'm going to cook a bread for my son, my little son and me, and we will eat it and then we'll die." We have to remember that there was famine back then, for the heaven had been closed by Elijah. It was not raining. But still Elijah asked her, "Do as you say, but first give me a small bread, because I tell you that the bowl of wheat will not decrease, nor the quantity of your oil." And it is exactly what this newer widow is doing. We can only imagine the desperation of someone that has no one to care for her. We don't know if she was young or not. Most likely she was not. So perhaps she didn't have any means of working, only begging. And yet she only had these 2 little coins, perhaps only to buy a little bit of bread. And she gives the whole 2 coins to the offering of the temple. How many of us, you and me, being in that situation, would not cling to those 2 little coins and say, "Well, this is all I have left. I cannot give it to you, God." But yet it shows exactly what faith is all about. It is easier for the poor to suffer the hunger and difficulties. It is easier for the poor to have all the confidence in God, because it is not the 2 little coins. It is not the $1,000 or the $1,000,000 that you might have in your account. It is God that gives you and me life and health and opportunities and food. So should we not trust in Him everything that we have? Because the gospel is not about giving alms. It's about putting your trust in God and no one else. I am not inciting you to become imprudent or foolish and give up everything you have. I go further than that. I ask you to be prudent, but also to go along in this prayer, to put all yourself in the hands of God. Those beautiful words of Saint Ignatius of Loyola that say, "Take, Lord, and receive all my freedom, my memory, my intelligence, and all my will. Everything that I have and that I am, you gave it to me. I turn it back to you. Dispose of me entirely on your free will. Only give me back your love and your grace, and that is enough for me." Every day we live because we are in the mind of God. And so we must trust Him with everything that we have, and especially with our present and our future. That is, in my opinion today, what the gospel is all about. May our whole life transcend in this total confidence, in this ever-growing confidence, trust, which is finally faith in the love of God and in His power, until we all are united with Him in heaven. God bless you all, brothers.